guys, welcome to part 2 of the Review Nollywood episode. I've got Oge from Nollywood Reinvented, and I'm gonna ask her a few questions, try to get her view on. And so, okay, do you have a favorite movie?
No. I don't have a favorite anything. I'm very non-committal.
This is gonna be hard.
It really is. I do better with like comparing things or picking one against the other. But I can't say I have a favorite anything because most times it's just because I've forgotten the other one that I loved more a while back because I liked one yesterday. That makes sense.
Do you like a particular type of movie?
As an audience?
Yeah, just as a person, you like, maybe you're drawn to stories where, I don't know, the girl suffers and everybody cries, or you're drawn to story which is more complex, drawn to stories that are like Cinderella, the types of drawn to Juju type stories. What kind of genre do you like?
I'm a basic fangirl of like the wedding party kind of stuff. Like I like, as an audience member, I like pretty people falling in love in pretty places. That makes me happy. So romances are my thing. But I also like the village story. I like the poor village girl falling in love with the poor village boy, but her mother wants her to marry this rich man in the city storylines. I love those too.
We bash those storylines so much, but we love them so much too.
I love it so much. I love it. It's my guilty pleasure.
What did you think of Wedding Party, by the way, and its sequel, Wedding Party 2?
I'm going to pretend like the sequel never happened. And then like I'm just deleting it from my memory. It was just wow. It was tourism. It was Dubai tourism. It was a video on Dubai tourism. That's what that was. The first one though, I thought was really cute, really sweet. It didn't have a lot of story in it, to be honest. It was mostly a sketch, but I liked weddings. I like Nigerian weddings, so it worked for me.
Wedding Party for me was because I watched it a lot later than most people, so it was already so hyped. And when I watched it, I was like, "Is this it?" This is the problem I think we have in Nollywood.
Exactly.
Are so hyped, they're overhyped, and it's not.
I think that's always going to be a problem, regardless, for everybody, because when there's something to compare it to, like, movies can't stand on their own.
So do you have so you like the romance types of stories, and do you have like a specific type of romance? Like, there's the Cinderella one, there's the one where they fight, there's the soft ones.
I like the ones where they start off hating each other and then they end up liking each other. however that plays out. I was like, yeah, I like the ones where they hate each other and then they love each other.
It's okay. It's just that I recognize it because I am the same. And I think there's a pretty big overlap between watchers of Nollywood, Korean dramas and Bollywood.
Yeah, for real. I think we probably all started off watching Bollywood hardcore, then we switched to Nollywood, and now Korean dramas are taking us away.
It's sad but true. Okay, you said you don't have any favorites, but do you have a favorite actor?
There are always going to be those actors that have a spot in my heart, like Mike Ezranye. And Mike Ezranye is probably... Huh?
I said you don't have to name just one.
Oh, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try and remember females while I'm out here doing my hoeing thing, just naming men. But definitely Mike Ezranye and Blossom. I love Blossom. Actually, I love Blossom less on a fangirl level now and more on a acting chops level. I love Femi. Oh, come on. Okay, you know his last name. It's right there at the tip of my tongue. Oh, Jesus, not Femi Jacobs. I mean, I love Femi Jacobs, obviously, but this other Femi guy.
The industry has grown a lot.
So Femi is an actual, he's a Yoruba actor. He's a Nollywood, if that's what it's called. He's mostly Nollywood, I think, at least. And then you occasionally him in, his name is Femi Branch.
Oh,
I was just determined to find out his last name. I don't know what it is about him. He just commands the screen. So I love, like I said, I love Mike Ezranye. I love Blossom. I love Femi Branch. Who else do I love? Let me start loving females. I love Nse. I haven't seen her in a while.
I said I love her as well. She would be in my top 5.
She really, yeah, I love Nse. People that I do, I don't know. I love a lot of people. I actually really like Bimbo Ademoye right now as well.
What about the person that everyone says immediately I ask them about actresses? Mercy Johnson.
I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's just like I haven't seen a Mercy Johnson movie in a while, and I just remember it being very extra right now. It's been I don't know when last I saw her in something that required her to be nuanced, and by nuanced I don't mean new Nollywood-ish. I just mean just doing something different. Because I feel I saw someone recently say that she does a lot of the same thing, and I couldn't disagree. Like, she does a lot of the same energy, a lot of the same gra. I can recognize many of her facial expressions from film to film to film. If I had the energy, I would just like do a video playing them back to back. But I don't know.
Yeah, Mercy Johnson is in that. I hope people don't crucify me, but I don't think she challenges herself.
Exactly. I don't know that. I don't think she can't challenge herself. I just haven't seen anything that when you say Mercy Johnson, I'm like, remember that movie? Like, she did something completely different, something out of the box. I can't think of any right now.
I can't think.
Exactly, which is sad. That's all I have to say. That's just sad. Because she's done a lot of movies.
Last time we were talking about actors, and actors that challenge themselves tend to be better. But obviously, Mercy Johnson comes with so much talent, she just doesn't exercise it. Can you remember any other female actors that you prefer, you like?
Right now, my brain can't think of anybody.
No problem.
My brain can't think of anybody, actually. I feel like the urge is to say maybe like Adesua, but honestly, I'm still waiting to Adesua then put her in my list. Well, that sounds shady. It's just like, I don't know. I haven't seen the Adesua film that would be like, okay, this is the one. Like, this person is acting pieces. They all seem very rote.
But I think that's the issue with watching and reviewing Nollywood movies, in that after a while you just want more.
That's it, probably.
You want like a film, you want an actor to just give more than they usually would be. And that's the nature of the job, because you're watching so many, and after a while it does become quite routine. I think that is why it's so hard for you to find a favorite as well, because you obviously remember the ones that do the most, but watching so many movies, it just starts to fade into.
You're blurring into one.
Yeah, it's a big problem. So before I let you go, I like to play a little game called Build Your Own Nollywood Movie. So, who's your main?
Before we leave, I'm sorry. I have to mention, I just saw Zainab's picture now, and I'm just like, I have to mention Zainab Balogun in the female lineup. I really liked what she did last year in general, as far as like the movies that she did and the way that she pushed herself. Like, if you compare Sylvia to God Calling, the chick is on something. I don't know. I like Zainab. I like where she's going. So now let's go back to building this.
Okay. So who is your main actor in this movie you're producing?
It depends on the genre.
It's your movie.
Okay, cool. So if it's my movie, it's obviously a love story.
Oh.
And everybody has to be poor first.
Everyone.
Maybe that's important. If it's a love story, then we have to have Michael Zoranya, because nobody does love like him. Especially nowadays anyways. So who's Mike going to fall in love with? I don't think I've seen Mike and Bimbo. No, Bimbo Ademoye. I'm staying with the younger crowd right now. So Michael Zoranya will be my male lead, Bimbo, and he will be poor, right? And he'll be in love with Bimbo. And Bimbo's mother will tell her not to marry him because he's poor. So Bimbo's mother will make her marry Jim Ike.
Oh, okay. That's a mix. Okay. That's interesting.
I'm just saying, Jim Ike is going to bring the swagger that I'm going to need in the second half of this movie.
Oh,
So
he always brings it.
he brings all of the above, you know.
So Jim Ike's your antagonist.
He is, yes. I think it actually will be interesting just like seeing him be complete villain, be complete patience as Okwa on us.
I'm very surprised he hasn't played a role that's outright villainous because I think he would kill it.
Agreed. Like he was kind of villainous in the setup I think that's what it's called, but it was not like raw old Nollywood villain. That's the kind of villain I want him to be in this one. So, and when he's being a villain, obviously somebody to help him in plot. But yeah, anyways, those are my three in that movie so far.
Okay, what is the good thing about your movie? What's the thing that everyone will be talking about? Oh, have you seen this movie? It was so good at.
It was so good that I didn't realize time was passing.
No. I mean, like the good thing about the movie. So what? It's fast paced.
Oh, about my movie.
Yeah.
The acting to me.
Oh, okay. What is
that what you mean? What were you reading?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what is the good thing? The acting.
The acting, yes.
What is the bad thing about your movie? Because we all know that no movie is perfect.
I mean, from the story, you can already tell that you know how this one is going.
So it's predictable. That's not bad thing about Nollywood movie. It's always predictable.
It is. It will continue to be a bad thing. Somebody will eventually start making movies that are not predictable. I refuse to accept it.
I feel like if you make an unpredictable Nollywood movie, people would not like it.
That's true. I've seen a few and they were like, I don't like the end. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. They still watch the entire movie in the end. And you're just like, oh, I wish it ended differently. But still, you watched it, so it's okay.
Okay. It's predictable, both good and bad. Your movie sounds OG in Nollywood, but I like the fact that it's going to be unpredictable. Like, that is not done in Nollywood. That's a unique film. Thank you so much for joining me. I have had a lot of fun.
I said I had fun too. Thank you for having me. It was my pleasure to come on here. I am really excited for this podcast. Like I said, you have a fan. I listened to a bunch of the episodes back to back, not realizing. In the meanwhile, I started to notice Ken Eric's more, so that also happened.
If you go to YouTube and you search Nigerian movie, I'm going to guarantee you that it's
I refuse. No.
Wise. That is wise, but 80% of those movies, he's going to be in it.
I see.
My obsession with Ken Eric aside.
Marketing strategy. I guess it's working for him though. I was just very surprised. I was like, where's Ken Eric's coming from? Ken Eric's squad. I was so right. But I guess.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on, I believe, all the social media platforms at Nollywood Reinvented. So I'm on Twitter at Nollywood Reinvented, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook. Yeah. And mostly just visit us at nollywoodreinvented.com and join the conversations.
Thank you so much. Thank you to you. Thank you to our listeners. And you next time. I think that's